data types, and operators. Now, next important, we need to know about statements. Actually, statements, what is the purpose of statements in computer programming? Actually, in computer programming, statements are used to control the execution flow. They are used to control the execution flow. Generally, statements execute in an order. Statements execute in an order. We can control the flow, like skip some statements and repeat some statements. Like that, we can control the flow. So, to control the flow of statements, we need the statement keywords. Like we have JavaScript statements are classified into following types. We have selection statements. We have iteration statements. We have looping statements. We have jump statements. We have exception handling statements. Statements are classified into these types: selection, iteration, looping, jump, and exception handling. Under selection statements, we have like if, else, switch, case, default. These all comes under selection. Iteration statements like for in, for off, these are iteration. Looping statements like for, while, do while, all these are looping. Jump statements like break, continue, return, these are jump statements. Exception handling statements like try, catch, throw, finally, all these are exception. So statements classified into so many types. They are classified into so many types. We have selection statements, iteration statements, looping statements, jump statements, exception handling statements, like that. Now, here the question is how to handle them and work with them. One by one, we will see. First, we will see what are selection statements. What is the purpose of selection statements? Actually, selection statements, are used. They are used in decision making. Selection statements are used in decision making. Decision making means if condition is true, then a set of statements to execute, and another set of statements when condition is false. Like that, we have selection statements. And what are the selection statement keywords? We have selection statement keywords. We have the keywords like if, else, switch, case, default. These are selection statement keywords. How to use them, we will see. One by one, we will see. First, we have to know about the if selector. We have to know about if selector. Actually, if is a decision making statement. It have so many forms. What are the forms? It We can use if with forward jump. We can use if with simple decision. We can use with multi-level decision, and we can use with multiple decision. These are all selectors. That means if can be used in four ways. We have forward jump, we have simple decision, we have multi-level decision, and multiple decision. I will show examples for that. Already some examples we tried. Actually, what is meant by forward jump? Forward jump means it contains statements to execute only when condition is true. So there will not be any alternative. There will not be any alternative. If condition true, then only it will continue. If condition false, nothing will happen. There is no alternative. That is called forward jump. Already we know that. Already we used how to write if. So we have condition, and we have to define statement if true. Statement if true. And there is no alternative if false. That means this statement will execute only when condition is true. If condition is false, they will not do anything. They will simply stop. That means there is no alternate. Generally, now the question is where we need this in real time. Generally, where we need this in real time. For example, I will give a simple example here. Suppose in real time, we have to verify payment details. In payment details, we will have some credit card number. We have CVV, then we have expiry. These three details we have to enter. Now what happens is, if credit card is not entered correctly, then CVV expiry need not to verify at all. Suppose you are writing like this. If you are writing if credit card number is this, and you are verifying CVV is this, and you are verifying expiry is this. This is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because why you are unnecessarily verifying these if this is wrong? If number is wrong, no need to go to next step. Stop. You can save the time of compiler. You can save the time of application. Unnecessarily, why you are checking CVV and expiry dates if number is wrong? That means don't allow to go to next step until or unless the first condition is satisfied. That means if payment card number is wrong, what will happen? Nothing. If card number is wrong, it will stop. It will not allow to go next step. That means, is there any alternative for card number? No alternative. Card number mandate. That means every concept is compulsory, and we have step by step. Then better use what we have to use: forward jump. In forward jump, no alternative. Let's create one example, means how we can do that. Let's see. For example, already we used it in KFC form. In KFC form, we return if burger is checked. Burger cost how much? You already saw in KFC form now, right? There we don't have else. I haven't written any else there. All conditions are done by using if. What is it? This one? This not our. Which one? Yeah. Now in the KFC form here, let's see the KFC form. Yeah. In this KFC form example, when we designed here, the logic contains only if condition, no else. This is forward jump. That means this will happen only when burger is checked. This will happen only when roller is checked. There is nothing like alternative. If it is checked, then only it will calculate. So it will not calculate until or unless it is checked. So forward jump means don't give any alternative. Don't give any alternative. So let's see. We will create one simple page. Here I will say payment.html. Okay. In this, let's design doc type HTML head title some payment, and in the body I will give a field set with legend payment details. In this we have data list, data term, card number, and data definition input type is equal to text, and ID as txt card. Another data term is CVV, and input type is equal to text and ID txt CVV and size some 4. Another data term is so expiry. Expiry is data term. Here we have a select. Select have an option. So 2022. So option 2023. So like this. We have an option like 2024. And here we have a button. We have a button, so pay. And ID for this button BTN pay. This ID for this drop down LST expiry. LST expiry. Now what I want here is user can enter card number, can enter CVV, can enter expiry. Why you are allowing to enter CVV and expiry until this is correct? Don't allow at all, and don't allow to even submit. That means CVV, expiry, button, all should be disabled. All should be disabled. So what we will do, we will put so text disabled. This also disabled, and this also disabled. All are disabled, and button also disabled. First one not disabled. Card number is compulsory. Yeah, and button also disabled. We are disabling all of this. Now when user enters the card number correct, then only CVV should highlight. That is good, right? Unnecessarily why you are allowing to enter other details. That means this will save the time. This will improve the performance. It will not waste the processing time. Here you can observe now, I am verifying like this. Here see, I am writing a script. In the script, we have a function. So here we have first a variable that is user details. User details is an object which contains card number. Card number is suppose 444555666. some 7890, something like this. So this is some 16 digit number. Okay. Now after that we have CVV. CVV is, it's a string 3420, and we have like expiry. Expiry is so 2024. This. Now very important is when user is typing the card number, I have to verify whether it is matching with the card number in user details, right? Let's do that. We will write here a function verify card. Now, when this should happen, when you are typing the card number, for that we use an event on key up. On key up means for every character. If one character is matching, so finish. That means it will enable. If one character wrong also, it will not enable. So on key up, what is it? Verify card. Now what we have to do is first get the card number, document dot get element by ID txt card dot value, means what we entered in the text box. And here we have to verify if card is matching with user details. If it is matching with user details dot card number. If it is matching with user details card number, then document dot get element by ID txt cvv dot disabled. Disabled is equal to false. We have to set it to false. By default, disabled is true. We will set disabled equal to false. There is no else. Because if correct, then only disabled false. Don't do anything. Or no alternative at all. There is no alternative. That means we don't need any alternative for this. This is forward jump. Forward jump means it will go to the next step only when this is satisfied. Do you have any alternative? No alternative. So now you can see that is verify card. Similarly, next we will write another function. We will say verify CVV, and we will access txt CVV value. CVV, how we written? Yeah, txt CVV value. And here we are verifying is CVV, right? Here is CVV matching with user details dot CVV. User details dot CVV. If it is matching with user details CVV, then get element by ID. What is it? LST expiry. LST expiry disabled false. That means it should enable this LST expiry drop down. Now, if year is correct, then only we can use another function verify year. Verify year. And I am using where year is equal to document get element by ID LST expiry dot value. Now here we are writing if year is matching with, what is it? Year is matching with user details dot expiry. If it is matching, then document get element by ID. This is BTN button. What is that? BTN pay. Dot disabled is equal to false. And when should this year work? That year should work when you are, when year work. So that means this year should work when you select the correct year. So we are enabling this. Now we have to write here. So on key up, because it is a text box, verify CVV. Okay, for drop down, we have to use on change. On change, verify what year, verify year. That's what we have to define. Now, when user clicks pay button, then enable the pay button. On pay button click, you say successful. That means we can define here. So on pay button click. So see what we are doing is, so on click, so pay click. On pay click, we will just put a message function pay click. Pay click. We will just define an option. So document.write. I will just put a heading payment successful. Successful. This message should come. I am displaying. Right. So now you see here that is payment. Yeah, payment successful. We have to define it. This and see. I'm entering the card number. So 444555666. So 777 7890. Now CVV will work. Now I entered CVV. That means I entered CVV correctly. 3240 or 3420. Then this will work. When I selected expiry correctly, so any other expiry not working, 2024, then payment will work. This is good. Don't allow to go to next step until the condition is satisfied. Don't give any alternative because every condition should be satisfied. In that case, this type of mechanism is called forward jump. Forward jump. So, but this may not suit every time. That depends on requirement. I will tell you. This is example. I will give this example. This is forward jump. Okay, that is the example. Now, important here is, here another option is simple decision. Simple decision means actually here. So here I am defining. So another simple decision. Simple decision means we provide an alternative. We provide an alternative to show the status. To show the status, we provide an alternative. So an alternative is provided, but remember only one alternative. Only one alternative is provided. Only one alternative is provided. Then we call it as simple decision. And for that, we simply use the syntax like this. If we have condition, if condition true, then statement. Statement if true. Statement if true. If not true, then we use else. Else. So else we have statement if false. Statement if false. This is simple decision. And already we done that. I designed a login screen and everywhere. If user ID password is matching, then what to do? You say success. Otherwise you say invalid. Condition true, one statement. Condition false, another. So that means we can define that by using this technique. Right? If condition true, what should happen? If condition false, what should happen? Generally we call this as if and, we call it as if and else clause. CLAUSE, clause. You should not call it as if and else statement, because else is not statement. Else is not statement. Else is a clause. That means it is an alternative for if. So it is not a statement. So generally as a developer, we should call as if and else clause. That is the correct option. And already we learned some examples. No need to give any example here. So, but one problem is there in our previous example. If you remembered, I showed you an example of login. Here we used if and else. Na? If condition is true, then it will use this. If condition is false, then some other message. Right? Already in login screen, we designed it. We designed. Here, another point is there. Another point is there. Actually, when we are entering the details, in this example only take. Suppose after entering the details, if I do any modification, after entering the details, if I do any modification before the pay clicked, I changed the CVV, it is not disabling expiry, right? That is problem if there is no alternative. If you go with alternate, then you can handle this kind of situation. That means what we can do now here, let's go to the payment. Now we will do one thing. If here verify card, if card number is correct, disabled CVV will be false. If not, else, then document get element by ID txt CVV dot disabled will be again true. That means later if they do any modification again, it should disable. It should not enable. That not only that, it should disable others also. That means document dot get element by ID LST expiry dot disable, or simply because they submit na get element by ID, you can put BTN pay. BTN pay dot disabled is equal to true. Or don't disable CVV, directly disable pay button, because they cannot that means now disable the pay button every time. This else clause, this else clause we are using for every condition. For every condition we are using this else clause. Now you see what happens is you entered the card number 4445556667890. That's okay. Then I can enter the CVV, right? Okay, I entered CVV. So 3240 3420. Okay, then I selected expiry. Pay is okay, but due to any technical reason I change it, then it should disable. That is good, right? Then 20 it should be enabled again. So that means we have to disable and we have to enable. Now when it will be enabled again, if it is true, right, it is disabled. Now again I make the changes into it, it should be enabled, right? It should be enabled because we used a sequence condition, right? One after another it will verify. That means it should verify CVV, after that it will verify. If anything wrong selected, it should be disabled. Correct selected, it should be enabled. Why we need an alternative, right? Sometimes we don't need alternative, sometimes we need an alternative, right? To handle this kind of situation we use an alternative, but only one alternative. That means if anything is wrong, then disable. Anything is wrong, disable button. That's it, because they cannot submit without the button, right? This is one option how we can handle the same situation, right? This is single decision. This is simple decision. But here, one more problem is there. Simple decision problem is In simple decision, we have to verify all conditions at one place. That is not good. We have to verify all conditions at one place. So how we can handle that, how we can manage that, let's see. That means, now see the point here. I will use the same func, remove all. I am not writing for every function. I am removing this. That means I don't want to verify individually. I have to verify all at a time, right? I want to verify. I'm not even using disable. That means, for example, the situation is nothing but simple. What I am doing is here, user will enter card number CVV. After that, I will verify. That means at the end, I will verify all the details and I will tell that successful or some problem. Now see what happens here. I will put a heading and ID as MSG and align to center. Now see what I am doing on pay click. Only that we kept, right? I am writing here the function. So what is it? On play kick, first collect all the details. One is card, document, get element by ID, txt card dot value. Another CVV, document dot get element by ID, txt CVV dot value. Another, we have expiry, document dot get element by ID, lst expiry dot value. Collect, verify. I am writing if card is matching with user details dot card number. All should match, na? All should match. Then I have to use end. And I am writing CVV is equal to user details dot CVV. And another one, expiry is equal to dot expiry. If all three are matching, document dot write, I will say payment successful. Otherwise, I will display else document dot get element by ID msg dot inner html. I will display invalid payment details. Invalid payment details. I am giving like this. Now you can see I am entering card number 6667890. So 33420, and expiry is something wrong. I click on pay, then it says so invalid payment details. That is good. I select 24 and I say it's working. But very important is when I entered 444, 555 and 7890 and 3420, I am selecting something here. And when I entered pay, then it shows that invalid. What is invalid? How to tell it clearly? Is card invalid? Is CVV invalid? Is expiry invalid? That means, how do you tell that card is invalid? How do you tell that CVV is invalid or expiry is? That means you have written good, but this is not great. So remember, always don't try to compare all at a time. If you have to handle separate conditions, that means don't try to check all in one line. If you want to individually monitor them, then what we have to do is good. We have to use multi-level decision. We have to use multi-level decision. Don't use all conditions in one line. That is okay if all problems have same message to show. But if all problems have same message to show, that is not clear. We have to clearly tell, is it card problem? Is it CVV problem? Then what we have to do is multi-level decision. Generally, multi-level decision means a condition, is defined within another condition. A condition is defined within another condition. That is multi-level. That means we write like this: if condition one, right? And we will put here, if condition one and condition one is true. If not true, then we will have else. We have a statement here. We will have a statement if condition condition one is what? False. If condition one is true, then what we do is, then we check second condition. If condition one is true, then we check second condition. Now, if this condition is not true, then we have else. This else indicates statement if condition 2 is false. If condition 2 is true, you can write another condition, or you can define the statement. If condition 2 is true. Actually, it will come to second condition 1 is true. That means it contains statement if both condition 1 and 2 are true. 1 and 2 are true. This is called multi-level decision. What is advantage? You can clearly tell what is problem. In this situation, I can't tell what is problem. I can tell that there is problem, but what problem? No clarity. Then let's rewrite this logic. Like this: remove. I will put var msg document dot get element by id msg. Msg is a heading. We will write first condition: if card is matching with user details dot card number. If it is matching with card number, okay, leave it. If not matching, write an else. If it is not matching with card number, then msg dot inner say invalid card number. If card number is matching, then we will check what is it. If CVV is matching with user details dot CVV. If it is not matching, else what should happen? msg dot inner html, it should say invalid CVV. If user details is CVV is matching, then write condition. If expiry is matching with user details dot what? Expiry. If it is matching with, if not matching, then put msg dot inner html, you should say invalid expiry year, that is. And if all are matching, then document dot write. Here we will put payment successful. This we have to display payment successful. This message should display. This is called multi-level decision. So when you need multi-level decision, when we have to check more than one condition, and for every condition we need an alternative. And not only that, and there is an order of checking also. 3 options. Order of checking means it will not verify CV until card number is verified. That means order of verifying which one have problem. So we have to sequentially execute that. That means this is good now. Suppose I am entering wrong CVV. So I entered correct CVV. I entered some wrong year. It will not verify them. It will not verify them until the card number is entered. You click says invalid card, or you can put a clear message card is empty or invalid. Empty or invalid. For empty also you can write another logic. If it is empty, put a message, please enter card number. I will show. Initially invalid card number. So that means it is not going to verify other details. Okay, let's verify. Let's enter 555 44455666789 and I click on pay, and you can see that CVV is correct. Then it will verify year is invalid. Suppose year is correct, but CVV is wrong. CVV is wrong. Then it says invalid CVV. Right? If CVV is correct and card number is wrong, year is also correct. Right? Year is, it says invalid card. So card number is 90 and all are correct. Then it will display successful. If any one is wrong, it have a clarity now. That means it says that this is wrong. And remember, it will not verify CVV and expiry until you write card number correctly. Many times people ask like this. They will say that, sir, why you are writing nested? Why this if card is verified? Else, what problem with card? Another if CVV is verified, right? And else CVV. Why can't you write separately like this? If I write separately like this, it will verify CVV without verifying card also. I don't want like that. We need order and we need a clarity on every condition. We write all in one line. If we write all in one line, it will verify. But problem is it have same message to show. Right? We need clear message to display and we need an order of verification. If there is an order of verification, that means a condition is defined within another condition, and very important, conditions are executed in a sequential order. That is very important. In this case, we need this kind of mechanism. So the same example we are learning in several ways. That means what are the possibilities, when to use them and when to configure. I will copy this example because we made some changes. So this is called multi-level decision. Now the question is, when you decisions, actually multiple decisions, they are required. So it is required for multiple choices for same task. For same task, multiple choices are there. Then we need this multiple decision. For same task, multiple choices are there. Multiple choices means for only one work, options may be there. How? For example, see, the Amazon have login page. When I go to Amazon login, they are asking email or mobile. Email or mobile. Not any of these two. Means either email or mobile. Now, very important, here, if he successfully logged in with email, then it should send a message to email saying that you logged in with your email account. If he logged in with phone number, it should send an OTP to mobile number. That means we want this to do two tasks. Which one he will choose, we don't know. but we have two choices for one task. Then how you will handle this? If he email, we will send an email. If he chooses mobile, we will call him or we will send an SMS, OTP or something like that. We will do that. That means now same task, but two choices. Which one user should choose? His wish. He can choose email or he can choose mobile. Both should work. And remember, in this Amazon, what they have done after verify email or mobile, then only they have verified password. Remember, they are not showing password box until or unless you enter this. That means don't show the password box until or unless they enter correct username. That's very good. That also saves time because many website will ask username and password, right? Why to verify username? Why to take username? Take only user. Why to verify password? Username is not entered or wrong. Time waste. Because on internet through APIs we need to fetch the data and verify. That becomes very lengthy. We need to keep it short and simple. Let's see how to design this, right? That means how we can provide alternative. So I will just use here now such Amazon login here, Amazon login.html, and let's keep doc type HTML, head, title, Amazon login. And here we have so link relation is equal to style sheet, and href is equal to node modules bootstrap dist css bootstrap dot css. Okay, and here we'll add body container fluid. Okay, let's create a div. So class as dflex, and justify content center, align items center, and height style height as some 500 pixels. Okay, in this we will put a div, and this is like a class. So we will have border. So border some two, some rounded some two, right? Yeah, and we have some padding too, like this. Fine. In this we will design here two containers. We will design here. We will put a heading. We'll put a heading. In this heading, so user login, right? Sign in, right? Like this. And in this div, I'm using a ID called, this is uh, user container. I will create another div. So this is ID password container. Password in user container, I will just keep a div again, and label class as form label, right? And here I am giving option as email or mobile number, right? And here we will keep a div input type is equal to text, id as txt user, and form control. And below this we will keep another div, and we will have a button as continue. So we will have class btn warning w100, and this is having the class as margin top 2 or 3, like this. Now this is one option we are having, and This what we design. That's what we design. Now for this user container, so style width as some 300 pixels, it will be little better. Okay, that is fine, right? Email or mobile we are giving. And for this label I am giving font, this, yeah, not required, just I will keep it here, normal, right? Here we will put password container, we will design, right. Now in the password container also similar type of option will be there. Let me copy. Okay, and here, yeah, so here we will ask for password. Input type we will change it to password, and txt we will keep as password. Okay, button as a login, finally login. This is the password box we are having. So, and here I am giving your password, and I don't want this password box to display until email or mobile is correct. Then what we can do, this password container style display none, it will not show, right? It display until it is there. Now what should happen here, when user clicks continue, I have to verify whether he entered email or mobile and check it correctly. That means now see here, what we are doing is in this, we have to write on continue click, continue click. So on click, that is continue, continue, continue click. And what we will do is below this, we will put a div. So ID as user error. So we will put class as text danger. Okay, text danger. There we need to display the error message. Okay. On continue click, let's write the function here. So script, so function, what is it? Continue, continue. Now first, already we have some user details in a JSON. Okay. Where user details, user details. Okay. And this is an object which contains email. Email is some John at the net, John underscore NIT at the net gmail.com. That is email. And we have mobile. Mobile is +919876543210. That is mobile. And we have password also. Password of John is so that is John at the net 11, like this. Now I need to verify the details entered are matching or not. So this is very important. Now we will see here. First important is check the condition. How do we check the conditions here? So we have to write syntactically, if the condition 1 is matching, then what statements? If condition 1 is not matching, else another condition. Another condition. If that second condition is matching, what to do? If this is also not matching, if third condition is matching, what to do? Choice. User can choose 1 or 2 or 3. If all 3 are not matching, then else. This is multiple choices. This is not multi-level. This is multiple. That means it will choose any one of those 3. That means now see what I am doing here. We are writing the condition. So first, if first we will collect all, what is it? User ID, document dot get element by ID. What is it? TXT user. TXT user dot value. Remember, this user ID can be email or mobile. It can be email or mobile. If it is email, some different message. I will do one thing. We will declare a variable flag. Flag is an empty message. It is a string. And observe carefully here. If user ID email to
Recording in
and
progress.
his email, that is what user ID. Understood? That is the flag we have to do. After that, another option. So here we have to enable. That means we will put the container. What is the container? Password container document dot get element by ID. What is it? So password container is the second one. This is password container. We are giving that password container, right? So now here what we are doing, we are configuring password container. Okay, good. Now this password container should display. That means what we have to do is password container dot style dot display we have to put as block. By default it display is none, we have to display block. Okay, if else another choice is there. Else if user ID is matching with user details dot mobile, then what we have done is, so flag this message say successful login. So login. So OTP sent to your mobile, and that mobile is user ID. That is the user ID is the mobile. We will display this message, and password container dot style dot display. Again, we have to set it to block. This is the condition we have to define. If not user ID matching with email or so mobile, then we will put the message document dot get element by ID user error, right? User error dot inner HTML. We should display that invalid user details. That's it. Either it will be email or mobile, because we are giving email or mobile. We will say invalid user details, because user details must be email or mobile. Now this is the option, still not finished, right? So I'm entering email. So John underscore n at gmail.com, and click on continue. When click on continue, and you can say invalid user details. Okay, I entered correct details, NIT, continue. Then it will get me the password option. When it gets the password, it should hide the container. That means password is displayed. We have another container where user container document get element by ID user container. What should happen? Password should display, and user container dot style dot display, it should be none. That means only one container should be displayed. This will be set to none. It will be set to none. That means now see what will happen. Mobile. So I can enter mobile +919876543210. So, and it is invalid because it is 1 0, and click on continue. It will get into that 87 876543 What is the password? 8 digits, 9. Okay, 987. Okay, yeah, plus 919876543210. Then if it is correct, then it will go to password. So it will display only one screen. The password verification. Okay, let's do this. Remember, we have to verify password. We have to write a function. We have to write a function verify password, and we need to verify the password now. Let's see. So where password is equal to document dot get element by id txt password dot value. I have to verify if so password is matching with user details. User details dot password. If it is matching, then document dot write, I will display the flag. Whatever we given in flag message, we will say. Otherwise, we need to put some password error also here. We will put a div and we will put an id. What is it? Password error. So class as text danger. And here we will access that and display the message document dot get element by id password error dot inner html is equal to invalid password. This should display. Right now, see what happens here. And it should work on login click na. That means here we have to click this button on click. On click is equal to verify password. That function should be called. Right now, let's see. Enter email or mobile. I'm entering john at the net john underscore ni at the net gmail.com. It is invalid because it requires john nit nit and continue. Password. Password is john at the net 1 2. Wrong password I given. So, and click here. It says invalid password because password is 1 1. And click on login. It says successfully login and email sent to your email because we logged in with email. We logged in with email. For example, if they log in with mobile number +919876 and continue. So then password is john at the net 1 1, right? And it will say that OTP sent to your mobile. That means it will verify whether they logged in with email or logged in with mobile. Based on that, it can handle the situation. That means for one purpose, we need multiple choice. And this is the situation. For one purpose, how we can define multiple choice. This is again done by using the if else. These are the various forms of if. Various forms of if. Forward jump, simple decision, multi-level decision, and multiple decision. But we have some problem in multiple decision. Example I will give here, copy. So we have some problem in multiple decision. What is problem in multiple decision is you entered mobile, but what happens is you entered mobile, that's okay. But generally it will verify email also, then comes to mobile. Because it is inside else if na. That means without checking the first condition, it cannot come directly here. That means it is wasting time. This is okay because only 2 choices are there. If 10 choices are there and your choice is matching with 8, it will check all the 7. This will take more time. This will take more time. That is the problem with the if. And to overcome that, we have switches. How to handle and work with switch case. That we'll see tomorrow. In the next session, we will see that. Okay. This is how to handle if in various forms, how we can manage, right? We saw different examples for all of them. Now, how to overcome and how we can use switch, where the switches are used in real time. That we'll see tomorrow, right? Tomorrow we'll continue.